another reading for Daughters of Population. So, like, comment, subscribe. Oh my god. Hi everybody, my name is Lauren and this is Lauren's Library and I'm back for another video. So it is early in the morning. I'm on my way to get my wisdom teeth extracted and I decided I want to film a video. And for this video, the theme of this video is that I'm going to try and get while I'm on bed rest. I don't know for how long. I'm just expecting to be still for a week in my bed. But I decided that I wanted to get some of my, why does the camera look crooked? I wanted to get some of my new releases, 2023 new releases read, because I don't think I've read any new releases, and I had quite a few pre-ordered. So I'm gonna try and get some of those done while I'm healing. And so the book that I'm starting out with is The Neighbor Favorite by Kristina. I kind of started it last night. I'm on page 8, so it wasn't long, but this follows a girl who works in a publishing house for and she works for an agent that signs adult nonfiction, but she really wants to work in what are my words, y'all? I'm scared. But she really wants to work in children's book publishing, children books publishing. I don't know why I struggle to say that, but that's her end goal. And but right now she's not really liking her job, and and then she's a big fan of this book called it's here, The Elves of Ceradon, and I think that's who she's gonna, and the author is kind of like this anonymous, nobody knows who he is, but I think that's gonna be her love interest. But I don't know, I didn't read the summary, but we'll see. And so this is a book I'm gonna be taking with me to the doctor's office. I don't know if I'll have to wait or if they're just gonna take me in as soon as I get there. But this is what I'm gonna start off reading for this reading vlog, and I'll see y'all later for an update. Hi everyone, I'm back with an update. I can't talk too loud because, as you know, I said in the previous clip, I have my wisdom teeth extracted, but I came with an update on The Neighbor Favor. This is the third day that since I've gotten my wisdom teeth out, so I haven't done much reading because I've just been sleeping. But I think in my initial introduction to the book, I said that the main character, Lily, was an editorial agent. She's an assistant editor. So I need to correct that. And the update I also gave you all earlier, I said that I was on page 8, and I didn't realize that I was literally in the middle of the prologue. I don't even know, I didn't remember that there was a prologue in this book, but it's also separated in parts. So after the prologue, we read part 1, and it's just emails between Lily and N.R. Strickland, the author of her favorite book at the moment, The Lives of Ceradon by N.R. Strickland, and she's emailing back and forth between him through his website. And they're becoming friends and they're growing closer until it gets to a point where she wants to FaceTime or something, Zoom. I don't think it specified what kind of video chat it was. But Nick, who we know is N.R. Strickland, but Lily does not know it's N.R. Strickland. He gets scared off by that and he stops conversations. I think he disabled his email account or something because it no longer exists. She can't even send emails to it. And so that was the end of part 1. Part 2, excuse me, Lily has now moved in with her sister Violet, and she's couch surfing, saving up money to move into a new apartment. And she sees this man on the elevator every day or outside in Union Park, because the book is set in New York City. And she doesn't know his name, and when we go to his perspective, he notices her as well, Nick, but they don't know that they are who they are at this point. They just see each other, they're like, oh, she's cute, oh, he's cute, blah, 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 blah. Until the part that I read last night, Lily introduces herself on the elevator because she started this bet because her sister Violet is getting married soon, and her sisters are always trying to set her up on dates, and so she made this bet with her sisters saying, if I find my own date to your wedding, you all can't interfere in my life like that anymore. So on the elevator one evening after work, she runs into Nick, who she doesn't know is in our Strickland, introduces herself. She brings up a conversation because she noticed him reading what's her name, N.K. Jemisin, and so she says, I also read that book, blah, blah, blah. And so he says, oh, well, we can discuss it over coffee or something like that. And so they decide, I think, like, to do it that night, just have a discussion about the book series or whatever. So she's like, oh, come on in, blah, blah, blah. And he starts, and then this is when, like, he runs into like her cat, which she introduced to him over email. So he's like putting everything together, and he's freaking out, and so he ends up running away. But Lily doesn't let him run away because she has to suffice this bet that she has with her sister. She has to complete this bet. So she asks him, like, can you go with me to my sister's wedding as my date? He says no, he's not really looking because he knows who he is, and he's like scared that if she finds out who he is, then she's not gonna want to talk to him anymore because he did ghost her. And so then because she's heard conversations of him between him, that's the word I'm looking for, between him and one of his friends that also lives in the building, of him giving him advice on how to talk to this other woman in the building. So in her mind, he's like this confidant, and he's good at matchmaking people. So when he says no, she's like, well, can you help me find somebody that I can take on this date? So that's the point we're in right now. And I'm ready for her to find out who he actually is. I don't hope it doesn't take too long, because him finding out who she is was hilarious to read. But yeah, I'm going to continue to read. Hopefully I can finish this today, because obviously I've been reading it for 2 days, and it's a contemporary, so it shouldn't take me that long to finish, because what I did read in between falling asleep I really enjoyed. So yeah, it's a really this is my second Kristina Forrest book, and the way she writes characters, I think that is her strong suit. Because it just makes it easier to read and see what her characters are gonna say next, what they're gonna do next. So yeah, after I finish this, I probably will pick up more Kristina Forrest books. This is her first new adult book, and so all of her other books are YA, young adult books. So yeah, I might pick up some other books by her, because I think the first book I read by her was called Now That I Found You, and I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to sit outside. It feels nice this morning, and see how far I can get. Talk to y'all later. Okay guys, I'm back with an update. I finished The Neighbor Favorite by Kristina Forrest this morning, and I gave it 4 stars. Am I just blind, or does it look blurry? Okay. Another update, I took down my braids, so that's why I look like this. But I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, like I said. There wasn't anything I didn't like about it. That I just didn't feel that spark enough to give it 5 stars. I don't know how to explain that feeling, and I hope that I've come to articulate it better, but there's just a feeling you get when you know a book is 5 stars, and I just didn't get it with this. But there was nothing wrong with this one, with this book, but the way let me think. The way, because we know that he has this secret, he knows who she is, but she doesn't know that he's the man that she's been emailing for all these years, but he's figured it out and he's keeping it a secret. So when that reveal comes, because we know that the reveal is going to come, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away, but the reaction is what I guess you would expect from a romance novel. It didn't go on too long, so I appreciate that. It kind of wrapped itself up pretty nicely and everything. So yeah, 4 stars. It's not much I can say about it, but I really enjoyed, like I said before, Kristina Forrest writes really good characters. I really enjoy reading her characters out of the 2 books that I've read from her now. But yeah, I plan on reading more books from her. So the next book I'm planning on reading in this 2023 releases that I had pre-ordered and I need to get read is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is a horror author, and I don't know much about this book. I remember people talking about it when ARCs were sent out. All those thoughts are gone. I think it's what I remember about hearing people discuss it was it's about a brother and sister coming back to sell their parents' house. I don't know if their parents passed. I'm looking at this book like I can see. I don't have my glasses on. I don't know what that says. But yeah, I'm going to start this later on. Probably not right now because I literally just finished reading. And so I need to do more with my day. But yeah, I'll come back with an update once I start reading How to Sell a Haunted House. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm out running a quick errand. It's day 4 of my wisdom teeth extraction. But I came to give you an update on, what's the name of the book? How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I'm on page 200. And please don't hit the back of my car. And so we're following, whose music is, people losing their mind. So the book, we're following a woman named Louise. I think she's 39 years old. She has a daughter named Poppy, and we start the book of her telling her parents that she's pregnant. And then that's like the prologue, and then we get to, oh, there must be a car accident up here while we stuck in traffic. But there was a so she doesn't have a close relationship to her parents or anyone in her family really. It's just her and her daughter, and she's not even with her daughter's father because he's kind of an awful person, but I'll get to that later. But she gets a call one night while she's putting her daughter to bed, and she gets a call from her brother saying that her parents have been dead for 2 days. Or almost 2 days. I think it was 41 hours. And so she has to go home and handle all of their, their estate. So she flies, I think she's from Charleston, North Carolina, South Carolina. I don't know the difference, I'm sorry. But she goes there, and her brother is like, oh, I've already handled, I'm gonna cremate them and sprinkle their ashes on the beach. And she's like, have they ever even said anything about being cremated? They have a plot at the cemetery that she wants to be buried next to her brother, talking about her mother. And her brother is like, oh, you always come here and want to control everything. So her and her brother are arguing on how they're going to basically handle the service for their parents. Their parents were in a car accident. I don't think I said that earlier. But their parents were in a car accident and they got T-boned. And so the day of the funeral, I skipped a part. So she's in the house. She goes to the house and she's like wanting to like just look around the house, and the TV keeps cutting on and off. Well, it keeps cutting on. Every time she cuts the TV off, it turns back on. And she thinks that because her mother is a puppeteer, and she thinks that the puppets are moving and the dolls are moving that all her mom collects. So she's just kind of freaked out about the house, and she's like, everything's in my head. Maybe there's like a shortage in the TV. something's wrong here. So she there's like this puppet that her mom was obsessed with, that her mom has had since she was little, and she used to play with it when she was little, and she's creeped out about it, so she throws it away in the trash can. So the day of the funeral comes in, her and her brother figured out how to handle the services, and her brother is like obsessed with knowing what her parents said in the will. Oh my goodness. And so her parents' attorney is their cousin-in-law, so he's like begging him to read them the will like at the repast. So they call our main character Louise into the room or the office or whatever, and they read the will, and 100% of her parents' estate is being left to her brother, who is kind of a failure. He wasted her parents' money. He ruins everything. He's just a ruiner, basically. A disappointment to their family, a disappointment and a failure. He's very irritating. Most of the men in this book are. But anyway, so she's like kind of over it. So she's like, I'm just gonna leave. I don't want anything to do with this house, my mom and dad. How can I do it? And so the attorney gives her a letter that her mom left her, and it's basically saying, oh, I know you're shocked by what we left in the will, but we did this because we feel, well, the mom, because the dad left it to her 50-50, but the mom, since she was the last one to die, her is the one that they're using. And so okay, so her mom is basically saying, I left everything to your brother because he's gonna need it. You can pull yourself up and you can get things done for you and your daughter, but your brother, he's gonna struggle to make things happen, so that's why I left everything to him. Like, girl, shut up. I would have been so mad. What do you mean? That sounded so ridiculous to me. Y'all, my blood pressure went up. But so she's just over it. She's like mad at her mom. Like her mom was depressed. Her brother made her mom depressed. He was just such a failure and all this other stuff. So why would her mom do this? Sir, you're sticking out in the road. Oh my goodness, y'all getting on my nerves today. Ugh. Okay. So where am I going first? I'll go this way first. So she comes up with this plan, and she's like, because her mom left her in the will her art. So she says she's gonna stop her brother from selling the house and being able to make money off the house by saying, you can't touch this art until I remove all mom's art pieces from the house. You can't sell the house. I feel like I've been talking a long time. Does it say it on here? Yeah, 7 minutes. But anyway, and so, but they fight. Her and her brother continue to fight. That's what's been happening. And then the part that I just finished, the hauntings have continued and elevated, and we're getting more backstory on what exactly may be haunting the house. And so it's kind of comical what is haunting the house. I don't want to give too much away, but what is haunting is, it's kind of comical, and you're just like, are you serious, Mr. Hendrix? Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've updated you. I've gone back to work after my wisdom tooth teeth extraction, and it's Saturday. I've gone to work like entirely last week. I just haven't updated you all, but I finished How to Sell a Haunted House. My ideas my thoughts still remain the same about the horror of the horror novel. It was kind of silly, and like I was trying to think of a comparison earlier, and the closest comparison I can think of is Leprechaun in the Hood. Like, it's scary, but it's like, this is kind of ridiculous that this is the plot. So I finished that. I gave it 4 stars. Hi everybody. Okay, I'm back for an update. I'm not sure how long it's been, but it's been a while. But I'm started reading Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. I think I brought it up in my last update, but I don't even remember. It's been so long. I think it's been like a week, y'all. I'm so sorry about that. But to y'all, it's only been like a few seconds. But I'm gonna try and wrap this vlog up tonight. It's currently, I think it's like 10 o'clock. But I'm gonna stay up all night to read this book because I'm going to Louisiana tomorrow. And I want to start another vlog for that trip. But I need to finish this and wrap this one up. But anyways, Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert is the last book I'm going to read in this vlog. I wanted to read more instead of the 3 I'm reading in this vlog, but time is just, my life has been hectic, for a lack of better words. But in this book we're following Celine and Bradley. Yes, Bradley. And they're high schoolers, their last year of high school in the UK. And Celine, they used to be best friends, but something happened that we're not quite sure of the backstory or whatever. So where they're no longer friends, but their families are friends, like their moms are best friends, that kind of situation. But but right now, as seniors in high school, they don't get along. They call each other their nemesis. They're each other's nemesis. So we start the book off, and Celine has been told that one of her idols is hosting this internship program where they have to compete to get this internship or something like that. That's kind of what I'm unclear on right now. But through all the events of the first 86 pages, Bradley ends up signing for this program as well. And that's what the part I'm on around. But in between, like, she broke her arm because he accidentally dropped her. It was just a lot going on. And even leading up to the part I'm in now, that they're at this summer camp, I'm kind of confused. I don't know if I missed something reading, like I skipped over something on accident, but I don't understand the connection because Celine wants to go to law school. And so this lady, I don't know remember the attorney's name. She's like, oh, if I get in this internship, I'll be able to apply anywhere and get into anywhere or whatever and get any job. But I don't understand the connection of this internship and them being in the wilderness, because where I'm at right now, like when they went to like the seminar or whatever, the lady was like, you're going to be put through training and be graded on your survival skills, and the top student will be the internship, will be accepted into this internship or whatever. And so I don't really get the connection. I guess it's like leadership skills and all these other skills that you need in the wilderness that will translate to this internship. But I don't know. It's just not making sense in my head right now. But everything else is fine. I'm just really lost about why they're in the woods. And I know that's like the entire plot of the book. I think that's where they're going to be for like the rest of the novel. But I don't understand why they need to. I get it. I get that they have to be there to get the internship. But like, what's the correlation between the two? That's where I'm lost and where it's not clicking. It's not clicking in my head. And I'm just like, okay, y'all are in the rain looking for pamphlets now. Like, it's just too much that I just don't get it. Like, it just feels discombobulated. Like, there's no connection. But that's where I'm at now in the book. They just got to the summer camp. I'm on page 86. But I'm going to try and finish this tonight. It's not too long. It just depends on me staying awake. That's the issue. It's 311 pages around there. So I'm going to try and finish that tonight. I have to pack and everything, but I'm going to try and finish it. So that's my update for now, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, I'm here to wrap up this vlog. It's been a while, honestly, since I filmed the last clip. There was just always something in my way in order for me to wrap up this vlog, and then I was like, let me just not wrap it up. I'm just gonna post what I have, and then I forgot my adapter, so I couldn't even edit the video. So I was like, now that I can't even edit the video, I might as well just film this wrap up. So that's what I'm here today to do. So in this new releases of 2023 vlog, I read 3 books, all 2023 releases that I was excited for. First, I read The Neighbor Favorite by Kristina Forrest. This follows Lily and Nick. That was the guy's name. Lily and Nick. They start off their relationship as kind of like pen pals. Nick wrote this book that Lily is a huge fan of, and so she messages him on his website, and then they start emailing back and forth. But the thing about Nick, no one knows that he wrote this book. He used a pen name, and then when his book gets republished under a larger publishing house, he kind of disappears from communication from Lily because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. And then they meet each other, and he knows who she is, but he doesn't. He knows who she is, that this is the girl that he was communicating with through email all this time, but she doesn't know that he is the author that she's been emailing and built this relationship with. And so that's obviously going to be a huge turning point in their relationship when that does come out. It happens. I think it was well done. This was a fun, quick read. I'm glad I started off with this one. It kind of got me in the flow of reading these new releases. Well, I don't really remember if I had any problem with it because it's been so long, but I know I did have fun reading it, and I'm excited to read the corresponding books, the companion books that follow Lily's sisters with plural, because she does have 2 other sisters, 2 older sisters, Violet and the other sister, their flower names, I can't remember what her other sister's name, but I'm assuming that both sisters are going to have books. But I've seen the cover for the other sister, Violet. I think her book is next, so I'm excited to read that, and I will be picking them up. And Kristina Forrest will be an author I will be continuing to read from. The next book I read was How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This follows our main character, Louise. Did I get that right? I did. Louise, her parents have just passed, and so she has to travel home and get all of their affairs in order, wrap everything up, read the will, and see what she gets, what her brother gets, and how they're going to just wrap her parents' lives up, essentially. So when she gets there, her and her brother are arguing. Her brother is kind of a deadbeat human being. Not even, he doesn't have any kids, but he's just a sad excuse for a human being at this point, because from her perspective, because we later learn about why he's like that and what he's gone through in his life that Louise wasn't necessarily aware of. But I don't remember what I told you all before, but she gets to her parents' house, and she realizes, oh, we're going to have to clean this all up. We need to sell this. But her brother wants to do things a certain way. She wants to do things a certain way. And they're just arguing a lot in this book. So this book follows, although it's about their parents, although it's like a horror novel, I think this book's strong suit was more in the relationship between the siblings and how they dealt with the passing of both of their parents at the same time, and also the grief that their parents had. We also explore that, specifically their mother, and how that affected their childhood and growing up. So yeah, I would say that's more the aspect I enjoyed the most, and the horror was good up until the reveal of what the horror essentially was. I don't think the reveal of the reveal was bad, but the horror itself, I think, is what I had an issue with. But I don't think it's an issue, because Grady Hendrix does come up with kind of silly, I don't think, and not in a derogatory way, but like silly, what's the word? Like silly ideas in order to get across his theme. So I don't want to reveal what it is, but it's kind of a ridiculous haunting that their parents' house is facing. So, but the reveal of that, within that reveal, I think was well done. But yeah, like I said, I mostly enjoyed following how grief was so detrimental, not only between the siblings' relationship, but also in their relationship with their mother and other family members, extended family members as well. So yeah, I ended up giving this 4 stars. Oh, I think I gave Neighbor Favorite 4 stars as well. I need to double check that. But yeah, 4 stars. And the last book I read in this vlog is I can never say this book title. Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. This follows our main character Celine and her ex-best friend Bradley. Celine and Bradley do not get along. Their parents are close and friends with each other, so you know when that happens, you kind of become close with your parents' friends, kids, and so that's how they grew up. But something happened where they're no longer friends anymore. They consider each other enemies. But there comes an opportunity where Celine signs up for this program with this attorney that she's looked up to for a very long time, where they have to go into the wilderness and learn how to survive and garnish points and accolades while during this program, that will end in them receiving some kind of internship or scholarship or something. That whole part of the book was kind of confusing to me because Celine wants to be an attorney. And I didn't. So my understanding was this attorney that she's been looking up to was that I just didn't find the correlation between why are we in the woods to earn this scholarship. But I guess it's like, oh, survivals. I don't know, y'all. But that I could have done without. But I guess that's the whole premise of the book, is them in this survival type program. And so yeah, their relationship, they talk more about what actually happened between them and why they're no longer friends, and the relationship develops from there. I ended up giving this 3 stars. That just wasn't that issue I had with the correlation between the program and her wanting to be an attorney. That whole thing threw me off, and so I was kind of just out of it from there. And I just never found a connection to the story. But yeah, I ended up giving this 3 stars. And so that's all I read for this new releases of 2023 reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content that you received today. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.